Oh, he's twisting! Easy now, easy, whoa!
From a growling giant fish in the Mekong to a tentacled monster emerging from muddy banks, what terrifying secret have these sightings uncovered? Find out in today's video. Two photos show what many believe to be the strongest proof of river monsters caught on camera. On a muddy riverbank, a shirtless man holds a creature with a lizard-like head, crocodile jaws, bulging eyes, and mud-covered skin, like a prehistoric reptile gone wrong. Nearby, another group stands by a massive root-covered, tentacled mass that looks like living algae shaped like an animal. Both images likely come from the same remote Southeast Asian river, where locals still tell stories of flood monsters that awaken after storms. In the muddy waters of the Mekong, a giant fish surfaced and swallowed a struggling animal whole. A man jumped in, trying desperately to pull it free. Water splashed violently. The fish made a deep sound that sent chills down everyone's spine. After a few tense seconds, the man finally freed the animal while the beast disappeared beneath the surface. Many say it was a Mekong catfish, known to grow nearly 10 feet long. But for those who witnessed it, that was no catfish. That was a monster. A boy bathing in the river cried out when a small transparent fish made contact with his body. At the hospital, doctors identified the creature as a candiru, often called the Amazon's vampire fish. Though just a few inches long, it can enter fish gills or natural openings in humans and feed in a parasitic way. Recent reports indicate that encounters with candiru in Brazil have increased threefold over 5 years. Dr. Maria Santos, a parasitologist, attributes this to climate change pushing their usual hosts deeper, leading to more human contact. What used to be uncommon is now a growing concern in Amazon waters. Have you ever heard of the candiru, the so-called Amazon vampire fish, before today's story? Comment and chat with me. Next up is a creature lurking beyond the reach of our technology that no one has dared to explain. Next comes a startling situation no one would want to experience. A tourist was enjoying a peaceful river cruise when he spotted something strange gliding past the boat. At first, he thought it was just a log, but as the boat moved closer, the object quickly dove underwater, leaving bubbling water and faint ripples behind. The boatman said, "You're not the only one. Many have seen it, but no one has clearly caught it on camera. Maybe it's some underwater creature, or something else. Do you believe that deep in certain riverbeds, invisible water shadows still exist beyond the reach of radar and cameras?" The tourist's brief footage shows something unexplained. Frame-by-frame analysis reveals a shape moving with purpose, even intelligence. It's not drifting like debris, but swimming with deliberate strokes, then vanishing when it senses observation. Sonar readings from that river section show large objects moving beneath the surface that disappear from instruments as quickly as they appear. Local guides avoid discussing what they've seen, but their eyes tell a different story. They know something is down there, preferring to stay hidden. A man filming a quiet river heard a splash. He approached and saw a large creature with huge horns tangled in branches. Its body was half submerged and still, like a lifeless animal caught midstream. The man tried to get closer, but the footage abruptly ends, and the outcome is unknown. Some believe the body was concealed. Others say it might have been a living fossil revealed by a flood. The original video has never been recovered. What adds intrigue is the metadata showing it was recorded at 3:17 a.m. in a remote part of the Orinoco River, where the area is now restricted. Satellite images from that date show unusual water disturbances, circular patterns suggesting something large beneath the surface. The man who filmed this, known only as Carlos M., has not been publicly active since the video went viral. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming journeys. Then, just downstream, a ship captain spots a creature straight out of legend, its intelligent gaze challenging everything we thought we knew. A ship captain was sailing along a deserted river when he saw a large creature rising from the surface and started recording. It had a long neck, dark skin, and a body shape similar to descriptions of the Loch Ness monster. But this was not Scotland. It was a river in South America. The creature surfaced, turned its head, and then dove back into the muddy water. Some believe it could be a descendant of ancient marine reptiles that survived the dinosaur extinction. Others think it might be an unknown species. If so, perhaps some legends have a basis in reality, hiding quietly beneath the water. Captain Rodriguez, with 23 years of experience navigating South American rivers, has seen many known animals. But this, he says, was different. The way it moved, and the intelligence in its eyes as it looked at his boat, convinced him he had encountered something science has yet to record. In southern India's swamps, fishermen caught a massive mud-covered creature nearly 8 feet long and weighing over 440 pounds. It looked like a freshwater shark at first, but revealed round black eyes, a half-grinning mouth, and slimy skin. Researchers said its body resembled an Amazon arapaima, but its head appeared disturbingly human. This suggests mysteries like the Amazons may be surfacing worldwide. The fishermen reported hearing soft human-like whispers from the creature as they hauled it onto their boat. Local scientists found unusual tissue and inconclusive DNA, unlike any known aquatic species. Dr. Rajesh Patel, who examined it, noted the brain showed complex neural pathways, suggesting unexpected intelligence. The creature died hours after capture, its haunting eyes seeming to study everyone. If you want to see what fishermen caught that no one is allowed to see, I have also added a direct link to the video in the comments section pinned below this video. And don't forget to come back. The next discovery is about a giant spiny crab with sharp metal legs. Explorers leaving a damp rainforest found what looked like dead branches. It moved. It was a massive spiny crab with sharp metallic legs. Biologists identified it as a Neolithidides crab, the deep-sea warrior. Its spikes serve as living armor, protecting it from predators. This species normally lives in deep ocean trenches, far from freshwater rainforests. Finding it miles from the ocean challenges marine biology knowledge. The crab may have adapted, or something forces deep-sea species to new areas. Several more crabs were found, all moving slowly, as if searching. Local tribes tell of armored spirits emerging from underground rivers, seen as messengers warning of coming disasters. A man claiming to be a scientist reportedly kept thousands of mantis shrimps in a private facility. An explorer allegedly found and freed them, noticing unusual experiments. The man then disappeared without explanation. Some speculate he may have created larger than normal shrimps. The facility, in an abandoned warehouse near Bangkok, reportedly had advanced equipment and tanks with unusual specimens. Released shrimps showed signs of possible modification, larger size, different colors, and behaviors suggesting extra problem-solving skills. Some could open locks, navigate mazes, and communicate with light patterns not seen in the wild. Authorities reportedly closed the case, but leaked documents hint at military interest in such research. The scientist's disappearance fuels speculation about powerful involvement. Fishermen now report encounters with larger, more assertive mantis shrimps in Southeast Asian waters. A Japanese man walking along a riverbank spotted a bright orange shape under the water. At first he thought it was a pipe, but it moved. It was a large salamander, smooth-skinned and nearly 3 feet long, not matching any recorded species. Experts suggested it might be a rare color mutation of Andreas japonicus, the giant salamander that has existed for over 20 million years. The man did not catch it but watched as it returned to the river. This might have been a prehistoric survivor. The bright orange color puzzled researchers since giant salamanders are usually dark brown or black to blend with the river bottoms. The unusual color could be a genetic mutation or caused by exposure to rare earth minerals found in water samples at that site. These findings raise questions about environmental impacts on species long unchanged. The footage shows the salamander moving with unusual agility, faster than known speeds, as if evolution is accelerating to adapt to changes. A fisherman in China filmed enormous crabs surfacing from the water, with thick shells and claws as wide as a man's arm. They moved quietly as if following a hidden purpose. He kept his distance and left. Biologists identified them as Macrocara, the Japanese spider crab, which can have a leg span of nearly 12.5 feet. These crabs usually live more than 900 feet deep underwater. So why are they coming to the surface? Deep ocean monitoring stations show significant temperature changes in the abyssal zones where these crabs live. Warming waters may be forcing deep-sea creatures to move upward for cooler temperatures. Similar migrations are seen worldwide. Scientists track mass movements of deep-sea species across the Pacific, including giant isopods in California, vampire squid near Japan, and bioluminescent jellyfish in shallow waters. It seems deep ocean inhabitants are moving toward the surface in response to changes below. The fisherman's footage also shows the crabs traveling in formation, following specific routes. This coordinated behavior is unusual for spider crabs, and may suggest rapid adaptation or influences not yet understood. Which mysterious creature surprised you the most? Share your thoughts below. In 2018, a passerby in China found a small, unusual creature washed up by a riverbank. It had one eye in the middle of its forehead, small limbs, and a long, thin body. It showed no signs of life but appeared to be malformed. Local scientists suggested it might be a deformed aquatic fetus, though uncertainty. The man released it back into the river, and it was never seen again. The creature was found downstream from a pharmaceutical plant that had discharged chemical waste for years. Water tests showed high levels of chemical pollutants known to cause developmental issues. Similar deformities have been reported in humans, animals, and fish near the contaminated area. The man who found the creature reported unsettling feelings afterward. Toxicologists say chemical exposure can affect development in complex ways, though claims of awareness in the specimen remain unconfirmed. A man walking through a forest spotted a faint glow under the moonlight. Approaching closer, he discovered a turtle with a large metallic-looking head, emitting a soft, unusual light. The footage spread online, sparking discussion. Some suggested it might be related to a bioengineering project, while others thought it could be a newly found turtle species with natural bioluminescence, like some deep-sea creatures. The truth might be more complex. Bioluminescence in land reptiles is extremely rare. Known examples mainly involve marine species with specialized light organs that evolved over millions of years. For a freshwater turtle to glow suggests possible genetic changes or interaction with bioluminescent organisms. This forest is near a research facility specializing in genetic studies. Officials deny connections, but some documents hint at experiments involving bioluminescent genes from sea creatures, possibly for surveillance purposes. The turtle's behavior was unusual too. Instead of fleeing, it seemed curious about humans, almost as if trained to interact. Its movements were more coordinated than normal turtles, suggesting enhanced neural functions alongside its glowing features. This chilling footage, said to be from northern Norway, shows fishermen pulling nets late at night when a loud crash came from below. They hauled up a half-human, half-fish creature with pale bluish skin and wet black hair. It screamed in pain and thrashed violently. One man yelled, "Hold it tight," as they wrapped ropes around its slimy body. The creature appeared furious, staring intensely at the man holding the rope. Audio analysis found its vocalizations contained structured sounds resembling language, more complex than dolphin communication. Its body defies biology, with a seamless human torso to fishtail transition. Tissue samples reportedly showed a mix of mammal and fish cells that challenged natural evolution. Norwegian authorities confiscated the footage, and fishermen reportedly signed confidentiality agreements and received compensation. Some reports claim they underwent a psychological evaluation after the encounter. Weeks later, a similar but more decayed creature was caught nearby. It recognized fishing gear and tried to untangle itself, showing problem-solving skills. Cryptozoologists suggest it might be the same entity at different decay stages, possibly forced from deep-sea environments where survival on the surface is difficult. Are these props or signs of unknown deep-sea creatures? The evidence continues to spark questions. Think the Demogorgon only exists in movies? Think again. A worker digging inside a cave was startled when the ground split open and a massive creature emerged. It had a thick shell, large legs, and a frightening face. Its head opened into several sections, reminiscent of the monster from Stranger Things. The man stepped back in panic while the creature slipped into the shadows. Biologists suggest it might be a mutated blind cave crab, a species adapted to complete darkness, where pressure can reshape its body. Similar sightings are reported from Asia to Europe. What adds credibility is the worker's experience. Miguel Santos has 15 years in cave excavation and has seen all known cave species locally. His description of the segmented head matches no known arthropod but resembles prehistoric trilobites that went extinct about 250 million years ago. This cave connects to a vast, mostly unexplored underground network. Geological surveys found large water-filled caverns at unexpected depths. These isolated lakes might support ecosystems untouched by surface evolution for millions of years. Ground-penetrating radar shows movement patterns, suggesting large groups of unknown organisms migrating upward, possibly due to seismic shifts or changes in underground water caused by climate variations. In 2020, in the UK, a man recorded a pigeon landing in his yard that looked unusual. It had long legs, a puffed chest, and white feathers covering its feet. The video went viral, sparking debate online. Some suggested it was a hybrid, while others speculated it might be an alien bird or affected by environmental factors during the COVID-19 era. It stood still, staring at the camera without fear. Ornithologists noted traits from several pigeon subspecies that don't normally interbreed. The leg length resembled rock doves, the chest was like carrier pigeons, and the foot feathers matched species from northern Europe. Such a combination is rare in a single bird. The sighting matched reports of similar hybrid pigeons in urban areas throughout Europe. Some biologists theorized that lockdowns allowed different pigeon groups to mix due to less human activity. Genetic analysis of feathers suggested possible markers linked to breeding programs designed for livestock disease resistance, but no definitive proof of modification exists. Subscribe now to stay ahead of the next incredible discovery. Unseen creatures are appearing more often than you think. In 2022, a small village in Pakistan reported hearing eerie human-like cries at night, followed by a dark shadow moving across rooftops. Locals called it the flying spirit, until one man captured the creature. It was a large bat with a face that resembled a human's, with large eyes, wrinkled skin, and a mouth that groaned like a crying baby. Authorities and experts could not identify its species. Some suggested it might be a mutated megabat, while others thought it could be an undocumented species. Villagers say similar sounds still echo across the valley. The captured bat died within 2 days, but researchers noted unusual traits. Its brain-to-body ratio appeared higher than known bat species, possibly indicating enhanced intelligence. Spectrographic analysis of its calls showed patterns resembling human speech inflections. The sounds seemed responsive to human voices, with gentle coos to soft speech and distressed cries when voices rose. Remarkably, it appeared to recognize individual humans, reacting differently to each researcher, suggesting social awareness uncommon in bats. This might result from rapid evolution or unknown factors. A man in the UK woke up to strange noises in his living room at midnight. When he turned on the light, he saw something crawling on the floor. It had no eyes, arms, or mouth, only a long tail moving like a rat. Shaken, he used a stick to push it outside. The next morning, it was gone. Parasitologists suggested it might be an unusual worm species, but no evidence confirms this. The one fact remains: it entered his home. If it found a way inside, could it be in others' homes as well? The homeowner, David Mitchell, reported seeing similar creatures on 3 more occasions over the next month. Each time, they appeared in different rooms at night, moving in the same serpentine way. Security cameras showed the creatures entering through very small gaps in the foundation. Soil analysis around his property showed chemical traces similar to industrial solvents, linked to genetic research. The nearest lab was over 20 miles away, but underground water systems might carry contaminants farther than expected. What adds concern is that over 40 homeowners in the UK have reported seeing similar eyeless, limbless creatures within a 50-mile radius of biotech facilities, suggesting a possible connection. This is a real species called the Violin Mantis, Gongalis gongalodes, a rare insect with a long, slender body and curved legs resembling a violin's neck and strings. This camouflage helps it blend into branches. Though it appears almost alien, it is harmless and beneficial, preying on pests that damage crops. Researchers note its range is rapidly expanding into new areas. Climate change is pushing the Violin Mantis into new territories, including urban environments where it uses its camouflage among plants and garden structures. Entomologists have observed colonies thriving on city balconies. The mantis adapts its hunting to catch urban prey like flies and mosquitoes near artificial lights. Some even use human-made structures as hunting spots by windows and doorways. Interestingly, they seem to recognize human activity patterns, remaining still during the day when people are active and moving more at night when disturbances are low. This suggests a behavioral adaptation showing environmental awareness beyond typical insect behavior. After heavy rains in 2015 in Texas, a man saw hundreds of earthworms covering a road, writhing together in dense clusters like living veins. He realized they were alive, tightly tangled, making the ground seem to breathe. Scientists explain worms often surface during floods to avoid suffocation, but this large gathering was unusual. Soil tests suggested the worms might be fleeing more than just water. Industrial runoff from nearby fracking sites reportedly saturated the soil with chemicals harmful to many organisms. The earthworms' mass movement might indicate environmental stress, though authorities took no immediate action. In the following months, local plants began dying, and groundwater tests showed elevated petroleum byproducts. The worms moved in coordinated waves rather than dispersing randomly, possibly following chemical signals that led them to cleaner soil. Such collective behavior is rarely documented in earthworms and could suggest forms of communication still under study. Similar worm mass emergences have been reported near industrial areas across the US, often preceding environmental incidents. These creatures might serve as early indicators of ecological changes before visible damage occurs. What do you think? Is the world really full of strange creatures? The evidence shows our planet hides mysterious life forms emerging more often. From ancient rivers to urban shadows, contaminated rivers, disrupted ecosystems, and changing climates create new pressures, reshaping life in unexpected ways. These creatures are not just curiosities, they signal a future where biology's rules change. Next time you see something unusual in the water, trust your instincts, document it, and ask yourself what other secrets might be waiting to surface. Share in the comments which creature shocked you most, or your unexplainable encounters. The more we record, the closer we get to the truth. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, because what comes next may be even more disturbing. Sightings are rising, evidence grows, and the truth is harder to ignore. Stay curious and vigilant until next time.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.